The night Zara Johnson clicked the shutter, she captured a murder that would change her life forever. Rain poured over the empty warehouse district as she adjusted her lens, unaware that her curiosity had pulled her into the heart of a deadly mafia operation unfolding only meters away from her hiding spot behind broken crates and flickering streetlights. Her camera became the witness that should never have existed tonight here. Zara froze when the gunshot echoed through the warehouse and bodies scattered into chaos. Men in dark suits rushed forward shouting in a language she barely understood while her instincts screamed at her to run, but her feet refused to move as she realized she had been seen through the rain and flashing lights of the alley. Then a cold voice behind her whispered, "I found you, Zara Johnson, run Hiroshi." Takeda stood above the chaos in silence as his men searched for the witness who should not have escaped alive. He already knew who she was, the photographer with trembling hands and fearless eyes. The one person who had accidentally captured the truth that could destroy his family empire built on blood and loyalty. But what he didn't expect was the moment he would choose her over everything else. Zara ran through the wet streets, her breath breaking as footsteps echoed behind her like a death sentence closing in. But every corner she turned only led her deeper into darkness, until a black motorcycle appeared beside her and a hand suddenly grabbed her arm, pulling her toward safety or something far more dangerous than the men chasing her. She looked up and saw the tattooed stranger again watching her. He pulled Zara into an abandoned alley just as gunfire shattered the night behind them. His grip was firm but not cruel, his eyes scanning every shadow as if the entire city was hunting them both. And Zara realized for the first time that the man who saved her might also be the most dangerous person she had ever met in her life. Then he whispered, "We are not safe." Zara tried to pull away, but the sound of sirens approaching forced her to stay close to him despite every instinct telling her to run. He led her through hidden paths she never knew existed, revealing a side of the city that felt like another world built on secrets, blood ties, and unspoken rules that she was only beginning to understand. But someone was already waiting for them there tonight. Hiroshi finally spoke her name in the quiet safety of an empty rooftop, overlooking the sleeping city below. "I am not your enemy," he said, but Zara didn't believe him because men who kill and men who protect often wear the same face in her world, and she could still smell danger even when he stood closer than anyone ever had. Then he showed her the truth file on her. The file contained photographs from the night of the murder, and in one image, Zara saw herself reflected in a window that proved she had not been the only one watching. But what made her blood freeze was the blurred figure standing behind the victim, a figure wearing a tattoo pattern she had just seen on the man who saved her life. Someone had been lying from the start here. Trust between Zara and Hiroshi began to form under constant danger as he secretly protected her from assassins sent by his own family. She started seeing glimpses of the man behind the Mafia Heir, a man who enjoyed silence, old music, and late-night rooftops, where he could briefly pretend he was free from the weight of bloodlines and expectations that suffocated his existence. Then the betrayal message arrived unexpectedly. Zara received a warning from an unknown number, telling her that the man protecting her was the son of a killer, and that staying close to him would guarantee her death. She confronted Hiroshi on a rain-soaked street, demanding the truth while tears mixed with rain and her voice broke under the weight of fear and confusion. He whispered, "If I tell you, you cannot survive what comes next." Hiroshi finally revealed that his family controlled half the city's underground operations, and that Zara had witnessed a killing tied to a rival syndicate war. Protecting her meant betraying his father, a man who had raised him with iron rules and taught him that mercy was the first step toward death in their world of blood and loyalty. Then his father ordered Zara to be found immediately, dead or alive. Zara went into hiding after discovering her life was now a target, and every shadow in the city felt like it was watching her next move. Despite the fear, she began piecing together her photographs, realizing the truth was hidden inside the images she captured that night, including details she had initially ignored. One photo showed Hiroshi pointing a gun directly at her, but the truth was different, entirely wrong. Zara confronted Hiroshi again, this time armed with evidence that could destroy everything he claimed to protect. But instead of denying it, he took her to a hidden location beneath the city where his true world of Mafia operations, encrypted deals, and deadly alliances was finally revealed to her in full terrifying detail. Then alarms sounded and the entire underground base went into lockdown because someone betrayed them. Inside tonight, Hiroshi realized too late that someone within his own family had exposed their location to rival enemies seeking to start a war. Gunfire erupted through the underground tunnels as Zara clung to Hiroshi, terrified but refusing to abandon him despite knowing survival might require leaving him behind. Hiroshi pushed her behind a steel door and whispered, "This is the end of everything we know. I cannot lose you now, run." The war between Mafia families erupted fully as Zara became the most wanted witness in the city. Hiroshi defied his father openly for the first time, declaring that he would protect Zara even if it meant destroying the entire empire he was born to inherit. But his father only smiled and activated a kill order that targeted everyone Zara had ever loved, starting with her closest friend tonight now. Zara realized the war was no longer about secrets but about survival as she watched people she cared about begin to disappear one by one. She and Hiroshi made a desperate plan to expose the corrupt leaders during a public Mafia summit that would bring every enemy together in one place. But as they prepared the evidence, someone inside their safe house sent a message to the enemy already coming. The final confrontation began at the Mafia summit where powerful families gathered under the illusion of peace. Zara stood beside Hiroshi ready to reveal everything, but fear almost broke her as she saw the faces of people who would rather see her dead than let the truth come out. Then the projector turned on and the first secret exposed was Hiroshi's own father. Killing was about to begin tonight now. Chaos erupted instantly as alliances broke and gunfire filled the hall while Zara tried to hold on to the evidence. Hiroshi fought his way through enemies to reach her, bleeding but determined to keep her alive even if it meant sacrificing everything he had ever known. Just as they escaped, the building exploded behind them and a final voice echoed saying, "This is not over, he is still alive, run now." The aftermath of the explosion left Zara and Hiroshi trapped between survival and the collapsing Mafia empire anthem. They had exposed everything, but victory came at a cost as enemies closed in from every direction while Hiroshi prepared for his final stand to protect the only person he had ever truly loved. Then Zara received a final message, revealing the real mastermind was still watching her from inside now. Zara turned slowly as the truth finally sank in that the war was never about the Mafia alone. It had been orchestrated by someone she trusted most, someone who had been guiding her steps since the night she captured the murder, ensuring she walked directly into the center of a deadly game designed to destroy both her and Hiroshi forever. And the real killer finally called her name from behind.